Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks so much for joining me here again. Hope you're having an amazing day. Taking one more look here at Wojak, seeing what's going on. Just keep in mind this is going to be on our radar for a while because I get a tremendous amount of requests for it. And the main reason why I like to cover stuff like this is because technical analysis works very well for coins like this. Believe it or not, meme coins actually they do extremely good in the sense of understanding Fibonacci retracement levels and specific rejection points based on overextension. Those are all things we're going to look at here today. So if you are new to the channel, keep in mind I'm not a financial advisor. I love to teach people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today, of course. And obviously, if you want to help support the channel, help us grow our Twitter community here. We've got a tremendous amount of technical and fundamental data covering a lot of good, relevant coins here in the market. And lacing it with some nice, some jovial type of attitude, and of course, more important, some really important stuff that is going to help you stay abreast in the market. So please be sure to check this out and help us grow our Twitter community. Of course, like, subscribe, and follow, of course, here as well for YouTube to ensure that you stay abreast in this and enable notifications. It really helps you understand when I upload content, typically, obviously, daily at this point for coins like this. All right, so here's something we want to talk about is the MACD convergence. So when we were chatting yesterday, essentially looking at this, it was coming down to diverge, and it was one of those points in which it needed to bounce off of its support level, which it did. Okay, so for lack of better terms, right here at this range, we have the support range between the previous high and the previous most recent low. Okay, now that being said, there's a lot of volume in that area if you were to scroll in and kind of look at this, because we can kind of see that the volume that we have here as a base in this range is really important. So it implies that the price shouldn't come down much lower there. Also note, when we covered this yesterday as well, the Fibonacci retracement levels kind of drew us some levels here, and this is a most recent high, therefore being the more relevant low. Okay, so again, the price were to come back down, just say for example, we should see a lot of support there at the 31,000 range, 31.5. Okay, so that's a very positive sign here for Wojak. Additional positivity here, of course, is the convergence we have on the horizon. While it hasn't converged yet, we've got what, 50 minutes left in this candlestick, and we can see here that the price action is likely to increase from here. Okay, we're also looking good as a potential double bottom for stochastic. Now, when I say double bottom, don't get that confused with traditional. Basically, it just means we had a convergence, divergence, convergence. So when it kind of overlaps and does that a second time, we have this ascending type of trend that typically pushes the price action higher. It's a very common characteristic. Furthermore, too, and this also happened with Pepe, really nice to see the price action come down, bounce solely off of that 50 on the RSI. And if you don't watch any of my videos or you're new to the channel, I'm a firm believer in 50 on the RSI on the 4 hour and the 1 day, really working as strong support and resistance levels. So with this reaffirming itself as a support, we can expect that to hold for some time. Okay. Great news is we're staying below 72. We're not overextended, so we're working our way up. And there's a great chance we will see another breakout here soon. Smaller time frames kind of show us that, and I'll explain what I mean by that here. Because if you can see this here, this is a pendant type of breakout, and the price action is more likely to break up than it is down at this point, okay? Because it's coming from a lower state, therefore inevitability of a squeeze to the upside makes a lot more sense. You can typically see that reflected on Bollinger Bands. We have a long confirmation here as well from our indicator, just kind of letting us know that there's a great chance the price action will continue higher. Okay, so the bottom line here is we got some really positive stuff, okay? We want to look at the TD sequential here too and kind of see if there's any overextension. And this is what, when we covered it yesterday, we were seeing we were close to a 9, so the likelihood of a bounce would make sense, okay? Therefore, when we had that 9 and the price recovered, we've established higher lows or parallel lows ever since, okay? And that's extremely important to maintain. Another thing too I kind of glossed over earlier is the simple fact that we're working alongside this ascending type of trend. And if you look at the 4 hour time frame, we can typically see a moving average working concurrent with that, which right now at this point is a 20-day set moving average, and we also got the 50 working its way up too. Those are both extremely positive signs. As long as we can stay on the bull side, on the right side of both of those, we're going to be in good shape. Okay. Now, if we lose the 20, it's not the end of the world. It just means that we might potentially start retracing closer towards the 50. There's this magneticism that occurs once you lose the 20 towards the 50. It can happen, but we're not there yet, and we have a good chance of continuation of the upside here. So on the hourly, what we want to kind of take a look at is a couple more things and wrap it up here. We want to take a quick look at the Ichimoku cloud and kind of see where we're at. And if you're not familiar with the cloud or just how it works, I have a video and basically an in-depth video on my trading academy, which by the way we have a Signals Trading Academy and community on our homepage there, and you can register for that and kind of join us. We took some healthy profits here recently, and you can kind of see here as well that with our most recent trades, where were they at here? We got an APT fill, we got a good 20% in 8 hours, and then our AJAX short, we also got that as well at 32% in 2 days. Okay, so constantly sending out those signals, a really fun, really cool thing to be able to kind of interact with my community and help you guys grow as well by sharing my trades. That said, though, the reason why that's relevant is because we have a private trading academy that teaches you how to trade the way that I trade. And I use the Ichimoku cloud a lot. And the reason why it's beneficial is because if you stay above the cloud here, you close, you get confirmation above the cloud. It typically gives you a bullish continuation recommendation. Furthermore, too, we can see the lagging span here is free and clear of price action. That's check number 2. The only thing we're waiting on is this momentum to cross through the convergence through the actual up ascending trend line there. Okay, so once we have that convergence, we have a green light to go long, and at this point I would dare say that we are strong likelihood of the price action continuing higher, because you can see this little bit of a breakout here right now. Okay, let's do one last confirmation here and take a look at the 15 and kind of see where we're at. CC Golden is giving us an indication of go ahead and buy long here at this point. And at this time, I mean, it feels very good that the price is going to continue higher. We got a lot of confirmation on a lot of different time frames. There's less bearish qualities than bullish. And if we can see here, if we're looking here previously, this is a signal that our community members received, right? So basically, we take a long position here at this point, right there at about 55, come up to sell right at this 79 mark. Okay, so again, buy, sell, buy. We need to have a sell signal soon. But you can kind of see it's working pretty well, gives us a lot of confirmation. Could have got in pretty early over here as well and got a nice little healthy gain from here to here, about 60%. Again, just spitballing here, I've got instructional videos on how to use this. This indicator is available on our homepage, of course, but congrats to our community members benefiting from that, using this with this coin here, because it works phenomenally well in these ascending type of trends, which we're seeing right now for Wojak. So there's really no downside here at this point. I'm not saying to go crazy hard with a long position. And if you have potential for leverage, of course, don't do that as well. I don't know if this is available on leverage exchanges yet, but the bottom line is you need to be careful and cautious with this coin, respect it. But note that if we break through this resistance range here at about, what, 91,000, we'll have a great chance that the price will come up, come back down to retest out of support and continue higher. Okay. Once again, we want to pay attention to these moving averages. As long as we can stay above the 20 in this initial trend, we're in good shape. We're looking very good here. I'm expecting further upside here from Wojak. Very last thing just to note, and this is not a bad thing at all, this is just kind of a standard, kind of a Elliott wave type of situation. It does recognize that if this is the most recent high, which it kind of is because we've printed a lower low, then this next high will be lower than the previous. Okay, so the probability of the price action going above, just say that 105 mark, is less likely than it would be to come back down and to retest this support range. Okay, that's what it's telling us. I'm not saying that that is the case, but that is just one little nuance that we need to be aware of, the fact that we could very well see this wave down to establish a lower low, because this is the higher low from here. Okay. Again, it's a very common candlestick type of pattern based on Fibonacci retracement levels. Just wanted to let you know that is a potential reality there. I send that chart out too daily, by the way, here on our Twitter. So keep in mind, I send out like these daily updates, pretty consistent things, so you can kind of recognize that. So if you do follow me on Twitter, be sure to enable notifications so you can be up to date. Again, this is that reflection from yesterday here, where the price could have retraced there. So until we establish a higher high, we need to kind of expect the price to continue higher. That's kind of my speculation. I think we're going to be in good shape there. So again, be sure to check that out. Thank you again so much for joining me here. I appreciate you all growing and helping us grow the channel too. It's really awesome to get be part of that. Thank you so much. And again, if it wasn't for people like you, I wouldn't be where I'm at, and I greatly appreciate you. So thanks again. Looking forward to working with you. Have yourself a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.